2019 was a delicious year. Although I made a ton of great recipes this year, some new, some old favorites, I wanted to take this time to point out which were, in my opinion, the absolute best. Whether I fell in love with them or you, my followers, did, these are my top recipes for my channel for 2019, as well as a sneak peek for 2020. Whether you're new to the community or not, I'm sure that you'll enjoy this end of the year recap. So keep watching. I started off the year with locro, a traditional Argentine stew of meat, beans, and hominy. Although the stew itself was definitely good, what really put it over the top was the spicy green onion sauce kikirimichi. I then made puchero, a meat and vegetable stew. In Argentina, the expression ganar el puchero, or to earn the puchero, means to earn a living. And you can see why. Puchero is supposed to be made up of simple, cheap ingredients that are very filling and nutritious. I'm making it again soon, so stay tuned. This steak dinner, complete with sides, as well as the chimichurri sauce, was fantastic. Even though it was delicious, I made sure to save room for my ricotta cheesecake. Originally of Sicilian origin, this citrus-infused ricotta cheesecake is absolutely delicious, especially when it's lightly dusted with powdered sugar. I'll definitely have to remake this recipe just because it's so good, so stay tuned. I also introduced my English-speaking audience to pasta frolla, a type of tart introduced to Argentina by Italian immigrants. Although most have a fruit filling, everyone seemed to really like the chocolate pasta frolla with Nutella filling. For those of you who've made the Nutella version, I highly recommend that you try the dulce de leche version as well. As you can see, I made it again recently, and I'm glad that I did. Although I've already talked about pasta frolla on my channel, I want to revisit it because it's such an iconic dessert in Argentine cuisine. So get ready for that in early 2020. I also did a Dutch apple pie or a crumble de manzana recipe. In fact, I recently used the principles that I learned when making this recipe when making another apple pie recipe. I'm not going to give you too much information about that one. I'm just going to tease you with the photo, so stay tuned. I also taught everyone how to make milanesas, or thin pieces of breaded steak. I shared the Argentine secret of marinating the meat in eggs with spices overnight to make it not only very moist, but also incredibly flavorful. Although milanesas are perfectly fine on their own, in my opinion, the most delicious version is Milanesa alla Napolitana, basically a pizza on top of a piece of breaded steak. It's one of the first Argentine meals that I learned how to make, so it has a special place in my heart. Even though it's definitely not for you if you're counting your calories, my oven-baked version is a lot healthier than most. I soon then shared my chimichurri recipe, which is today my most popular video with over 10,000 views. Seeing that number on Christmas Day was the best Christmas present ever. Although my chimichurri recipe was definitely well received, I honestly think that one of my most delicious recipes that has yet to be truly explored by most of my followers is the Oreo choco torta. It's a no-bake Oreo cake from Argentina with dulce de leche, and it's absolutely incredible. I know that some of you have made it and you've fallen in love with it, but to be honest, I'm a bit surprised that more of you guys haven't given it a try. It's super easy, so if you're looking for an easy recipe with chocolate and caramel, this is for you. In all honesty, I can't recommend this choco torta enough. But if you don't like chocolate, I still have an easy no-bake dessert recipe for you. Argentinian Drunken cake uses store-bought ladyfingers, white moscato, and dulce de leche caramel, along with instant pudding to make a light, fruity, and caramelly dessert. If you really don't care for chocolate, skip the little bit on the top. Honestly, I think that some ladyfinger crumbs would do just as fine. As spring turned into summer, I did a series on southern Argentine fusion recipes. I had been meaning to make banana pudding for a long time, so when I realized the similarities between banana pudding and chocotorta de Oreo, I said, I have an idea. I knew that Argentinians like to eat banana with dulce de leche, so I decided to add dulce de leche to my chessmen banana pudding recipe. It definitely turned out very nicely. After transitioning back to southern food, I revisited favorites from last year, such as key lime cake and tomato pie, both of which were very delicious. My followers who made them agreed with me. Although it took a couple tries, I perfected my blackberry pie recipe. But then I came to the conclusion that, at least in terms of taste, I think I might like blackberry cobbler more than blackberry pie. I then did a short southern layer cake with cream cheese frosting series. The first recipe being southern strawberry layer cake with Jello. Based on a Paula Deen recipe, this cake is incredibly easy and delicious. It was the first southern layer cake that I learned how to make, so it holds a special place in my heart. I then shared my absolutely incredible recipe for pineapple carrot cake. It has a very special secret ingredient that really truly puts it over the top. If you want to see what everyone is raving about, be sure to try my carrot cake recipe. Once fall started, I did a short Rice Krispie Treats back to school snack series. Although I haven't had these since I was really young, they were incredibly delicious. I love peanut butter, so these were absolutely irresistible to me. In fact, one weekend I made the chocolate peanut butter version 3 days in a row. And no, I did not share. I then expanded your mind by showing you that instead of a graham cracker crust, you can make a Ritz cracker crust. The saltiness and butteriness, the perfect contrast to a sweet and tart filling in a pie like key lime pie or even lemon icebox pie. In all honesty, my lemon icebox pie with the Ritz cracker crust was one of the best new finds of 2019. I guess it's no surprise that that video right now has over 1,600 views. It's really taking off. As a transition to fall recipes, I revisited beef shank, this time using it in an Argentine southern fusion recipe. Braised beef shank with apple. Although it sounds weird, it's actually extremely delicious. I also found a very creative way to substitute for wine when braising meat. If you're curious, be sure to take a look at that recipe video. Saying that fall was dominated by desserts would be an understatement, especially considering that one of the first recipes in my fall series was this apple caramel cake. I have to admit, it does look incredibly delicious. I showed a picture of the cake to a friend from the gym, and his reaction was priceless. Although this cake was definitely delicious, if I were to make it again, instead of using golden delicious apples, which I use all the time when I bake, I might use Granny Smith. I think that the contrast and sourness between the apples and the rest of the cake, especially the caramel frosting, would be very nice. Although I almost never share any of my beautiful cakes, pies, or cookies, I was feeling a little generous. So I gave a piece of this vanilla buttermilk cake to a friend from the gym. In spite of my generosity, I'm sure that you would not be surprised to hear that the piece that I shared was smaller than all the others that I ate. This cake would be great for beginners or even advanced cooks because it's not only delicious but also very easy to make and requires very few ingredients. I know that those of you who have made this cake have raved about it just as much as I have. It's really good with ice cream, so it would be perfect as a birthday cake. You could dress it up with some sprinkles or go the extra mile and really decorate it if you wanted to as well. But what really makes it good, just like my friend said, is a combination between the sweet cake and the tart cream cheese frosting. As the holidays approached, I did a Thanksgiving pie series, starting with chess pie, then exploring other variations of chess pie, such as coconut chess pie and walnut chess pie. I did the chess pie and variations mini series because I wanted you to see how easy it truly is to make a chess pie and how just by changing the filling you can make a completely and totally different dessert. However, the last pie in my Thanksgiving pie series wasn't a chess pie. It was actually a lemon custard pie. And I have to say, I think it turned out magazine picture perfect. It was similar to the lemon icebox pie, but a little bit eggier and not quite as sweet. I know that multiple people have made this pie and they've all said that they fell in love with it at first bite. If you're looking for a new pie recipe that has an old-fashioned taste, be sure to try lemon custard pie. I needed something healthy after all those pies and cakes, so I decided to make a healthier version of sweet potato casserole. Sweet potato and pineapple is a delicious combination, so if you're looking for a new sweet potato casserole recipe that's a little bit lighter, try mine. But then my sweet tooth got the best of me, and I made some excellent desserts for Thanksgiving. A Japanese fruit pie and a blackberry jam cake. This jam cake was amazing not only because of the taste, but also because of the color. I have not seen anything like that ever. 2019 was definitely a great year for my channel, but I believe that 2020 will be even better. I'm now going to transition to Argentine food for a while, so I wanted to give you a sneak peek of what you will see coming up soon on my channel. You're going to see a lot of things that you've probably never seen before, so I know you'll really enjoy it. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. For more information about Argentinian food and Southern recipes, please visit my website, parnellthechef.com, and be sure to follow me on social media. Right now, I'm most active on Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.